repeal the NFA. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Tiberious back again with another video, and I have a question for you guys. Does it take Glock mags? Yes, it does. So the Micro Roni, the question is this a practical conversion kit, or is it just a range toy? That is my question for you guys today. Before we go over this conversion kit, I need to once again thank my homies at the Elite Indoor Gun Range / Peacedale Shooting Preserve. They lent us this Micro Roni with the Vortex Spark on top for a review. If it wasn't for kind folks like them lending us stuff for review, there would be no Tiberious channel. So thank you very much. If you are in southern New England, do yourself and me a favor and definitely go check them out. And when you're there, please take the Run the Sporting Clays course. It is a lot of fun. So anyway, what are these Micro Ronis? They are polymer chassis that you can insert either a Glock, an M&P, or a P320 into, and it gives you more points of contact and makes it easier to shoot. So you can run this as a brace. You can, as the ATF calls it, occasionally shoulder it as well when you're shooting. And it just makes them a lot more fun and a lot more fast to shoot at the range, and definitely a lot more accurate with those extra points of contact. Now, CAA Gear is the maker of the Micro Roni. They've made several versions of this. They also make something called the MCK Micro Conversion Kit, I believe, and they have several versions of those. The one of the things I really like about CAA is they're always fine-tuning and improving the stabilizers and the braces that they make. They seem like they really listen to their customers. So the new version of the MCK takes guns with suppressor height sights. You can actually hook a suppressor onto it, unlike these. The magazine, you have a spot for a spare magazine right here in the handle, and it's a lot more better retention than the original version, and it has a mag release. Another nice thing I like about the new MCK is you can either put Glock 17 size pistols into it or Glock 19 size pistols into it. So with this Micro Roni, there's one for a Glock 17, 22, 31, and then there's a different one for the 19, the 23, and whatever the other one is, that Glock 19 size. There's a second Micro Roni for that, where the MCK, the new one, you can swap back and forth between the 17 and the 19. Anyway, let's get into this Micro Roni. As you saw earlier, it does have a nice folding brace. It is all polymer, but the lockup is pretty good on it. This is the shorter one. You can also get a longer one if you choose. On the bottom here, there's a Sling Swivel. Why can I never say that if you want to run a sling? Next to that, this is the button that allows you to open and close to install and take out the pistol. You push that button in, slide it to the rear, and then it lifts right out, and that's how you install or take out. I will show you that. I will show you guys that at the end, though. Now, these charging handles are reciprocating. So be a little careful. The good thing is when you're shooting, they're in a spot where I can't imagine you're going to hit them or reach them or touch them at all. So I don't think you should be too worried about the reciprocating handle. Now for the mag release, you're going to use a standard mag release on the pistol. And the only reason I'm bringing it up is the manual of arms is going to be a little bit different. So when my gun goes dry, I can't reach the mag release this way with the brace here. So I had to come up over my arm to hit that mag release, put the new magazine in, and bring it back. And then obviously once you load the round in, you just pull back on the charging handle, send the slide forward, and load the round. It's not hard at all, but it's a different manual of arms. So if you go ahead and buy one of these, definitely practice those reloads. This right here is a slide lock, so you can lock the slide to the rear if there's no magazine in, and it's okay. I think I'm finally starting to figure it out, but you kind of have to push in and then down on it, in and up on it. There you go. You push it in and then up, and that will lock the slide to the rear, but it takes a little playing around with it. These here in the front is a, I'm going to call it a safety or a trigger block. You call it whatever you want. Why I like that they're there and they're a good shape. I wish they were a little more tactile and it had a little bit more of a positive like detent to it, so it wasn't so easy to move it out of the way. I like it because I think a lot of people are going to use these for truck guns and definitely for backpack guns, and you wouldn't want anything to get in there accidentally, but it moves out of the way so easily. So I hope CAA Gear on their next version of these makes this a little bit harder to move out of the way. Along the top of the Micro Roni, you do have a Picatinny rail, and if you want to add sights or an optic or red dot, whatever, you can do so. This one has the Vortex Spark on it, and it has been pretty good so far. The MCK comes with a thumb stop right here, so your hand doesn't go too far close to the edge of the barrel. This one didn't come with it, I don't believe, so I just threw an Enforce APL on there to give myself some white light. Very easy to activate, and better than put my hand in front of the barrel. These two tabs right here, there's a tab on each side of the gun. Those lock into the rail of the pistol to make sure the gun is locked in place and doesn't move. And as I take it apart in a minute and show you, you do have to pull down on those tabs before the pistol will come out. This spot under the, it's not technically a barrel, it's like a shroud. The shroud's up here. This hole back here is you can get one of CAA's lights that clip into here. It's not the best light. If I had one, I'd show you. They say it's 500 lumens. It looks more like 100 lumens. It's not very bright. Doesn't have the best throw. That's why I prefer to throw an extra light on the side this way instead of that light that's in there. Anyway, taking it apart again, we're going to push this button on the bottom and then slide this plastic piece backwards. After you slide to the rear, it lifts open. Looks like this. Now, it gets very, very dirty in here, and the pistol gets extremely dirty. I wiped it down quick, but just so you know, these things get extremely dirty. Anyway, so we're going to push the, pull these tabs down and push the pistol to the rear at the same time. Once we have the pistol pulled to the rear, it lifts right out with the charging handle attached to it. So that's how the charging handle works. Now these charging handles are plastic. I didn't read or see if anybody having problems with them. And then on the inside here, there are some tabs, I'm going to call them, that line up well with the serrations on the Glock. So metal slide, plastic charging tabs. I don't know if you're going to have problems, but you can replace these. I noticed them on the CAA website if you ever need to. But that's as simple as that. That's how you take it apart. Now the new one, the MCK, these charging handles don't come out. It actually stays in the gun, so it's even easier to install if you need to. So we're just going to drop the pistol in, slide it forward, drop this, slide that forward, and then we are ready to go. As far as dimensions, this Micro Roni is about 2.5 inches wide, a little over 5.5 inches tall. When the brace is open, it is about 18.5 inches. When you have this guy closed, it's about 13.5 inches. And I'll tell you, what a very, very small package to stick in a backpack if you choose to. And then you get a couple of these fun sticks. You have 3 fun sticks. Now you have 100 rounds in a very, very small package that is very, very easy to shoot. That's one of the pros for me, is how easy this thing is to shoot. I was getting hits on target at 100 yards, way easier with this than a pistol. The red dot helps. The extra points of contact definitely help. It shoots fast and very, very accurate. I love the folding brace as well. Charging handle is good. Picatinny rails. There's a lot of good things that CAA did with this stock adapter, chassis, whatever you choose to call it. As far as cons, I have 2 cons. While I like it has a safety and I like the shape, I don't like that it's so easy to move out of the way. So hopefully the next generation will have a little bit more of a detent. And then this slide release to lock the slide to the rear. I think I'm getting it now, but it took... There we go. I am getting it now, but it's taking me a while. Push in, up, and you kind of got to get it right. So not the end of the world, but it's not the easiest slide lock, that's for sure. So I started off the video asking, is this just a toy, so to speak, something fun for the range, or does this have any practical use? And this is going to vary depending on the person. I think people have very, very different opinions on something like this. But this is what my opinion is. It depends. If this is going to be your primary weapon and you're going to carry it in a bag or in your car or truck or something, I would not recommend it. However, if you have a pistol on you at all times, which is what I recommend, not in a bag, and you can get to it quickly, and this is more of a backup, secondary weapon, something like that, then I definitely would recommend it. You could easily just keep the chassis itself in a bag or in your truck with a couple stick mags, or if you kept it in the car as a secondary gun and you're with a spouse, or if your child is old enough to be trusted with something like this and you're in a bad situation, now you have a second gun. You know, any of those I'd be okay with. I just personally do not want my primary weapon in a bag or in my truck. I want it right on my hip or right on my appendix. What do you guys think, though? You have a different opinion? Would you rock something like this? Would you keep it in your car, your bag? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. Before I let you go, though, please let me thank my friends at the Elite Indoor Gun Range once again. They have been so kind to us, letting us take a look at all these cool toys, and I just wanted to say thank you one more time to them. If you folks are looking to support the channel, there are several different ways of doing it. The easiest thing to do is just go ahead and click that like button and or drop a comment below. Those simple things help more than you can even imagine. Also consider clicking the subscribe button. I have a lot of really, really good reviews coming out soon that I do not think you are gonna want to miss. If you would like to know what those reviews are right now, consider liking us on Instagram and Facebook. The links to both of them are down in the video description, and I always post what reviews are coming in the future. Last but certainly not least, we have two channel sponsors here. First one is M2 Tactical Solutions. They make the nicest Kydex gear in the game, hands down. Second is Howling Beard Company. If you want to show your beard some love, if you don't have a beard, grow one and then show your beard some love. Both discount codes are Tiberious, and both will get you 10% off. Thanks again for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Peace. Ah! My car died. First shots. The recoil's not bad, but it feels weird. Feels a weird sensation.